beautiful map footage. So I might have to delete the stream again, but I'm assuming that having turned the server size and generating a new server while still keeping the old server and setting the value to 5,000 should have generated all the monuments, or like most of the main monuments. And yeah, I mean, I probably should have checked that first. I mean, you know, that would make sense to do that, but I kind of wanted to start the stream with the music going. It's kind of what I wanted to do. Roll that beautiful map footage. And just to spite me, as I click the connect button, the music stops. Like, yeah, the loading thing. It frustrates me. It enrages me. I don't have the blocker up to it yet. So if I check, I should have an outhouse. I do. So the purpose of this stream is I want to find a way to teleport, well, not teleport, but use the drone system to ship items to myself. And the concept is relatively simple. Like, I mean, it would be way easier if I had like 2 or 3 people to do it. Like, you have one person at the shop, they turn that shop on, they put the stuff in. You have another person that's already at the position with, like, you know, at the seller at the outhouse. And you have somebody that has the other shop and is waiting right by the other shop for the delivery drone. Like, and like, you could use rocks to do it because, you know, rocks or torches, because that's the easiest way to do it without any preparation. You know, like you know, person A that's selling the stuff from one point on the map puts like 120 explosives for a rock or something. And then since, you know, you could spawn naked at a bag and run over to the outhouse, you can buy that 120 explosives for a rock and it'll be delivered right to you. And then immediately after it's been sold, you shut the shop down. And then person B that's at the outhouse, they bought it, but then they sell it to Would that even work though? Well, yeah, it would, because if person C has a shop that wants to buy 120 explosives for a rock, I mean, you know, nobody's gonna, you know, sell them a rock for 120 explosives. And freaking... as soon as the stuff is delivered, like, the person that's at the outpost sells it to the shop that wants to buy it for a rock. So then it goes from A to B, which is the outhouse, to C, which is the delivery point. And then that's, you know, on the purpose of being on a vanilla server. In my case, I wanted to do it as a solo, which is possible to do it. Like, I would have to have both shops built and in place from where I want them to go, and I'd have to have a bag ready to go at the outhouse, as close as I can build it. And freaking hoping that in that time nobody sees my shop at the outhouse and then buys the freaking 120 explosives or whatever I want to ship to wherever I want to ship it to. In the time that it takes me to kill, bind, and spawn at the outhouse and do the transaction. Because as a solo, what I would have to do is I would have to then kill bind or wait on the cooldown on the kill bind, which thankfully it's not that long. Wait on the kill bind, and then go shut off the first shop, or go pick up the stuff, put the stuff in a box, shut off that shop, and then kill bind again, and then go shut off the first shop. And the thing that I'm wondering is, I've seen people put skulls into a shop before. At least I'm thinking that I have, which, if I can find a unique item, like if it's only my skull that I'm selling stuff for, and I build like a 1x1 that has my skull, or a stack of my skulls, only my skull, and see, like, that brings me to here on the build server. Like, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, it's possible that somebody happens to be at the outhouse when I put up the first one, and in the time that it takes me to transition to the outhouse and then kill bind and then teleport, you know, bag teleport to the third place and buy the thing, or not buy the thing, but make sure that I can, you know, take it out of the vending thing. And the other part of the build server is I want to see what the cheapest, most effective, not noticeable shop design is that is also accessible to only me, but not accessible to anybody else, but still accessible to drones. And what I'm thinking is, if I do like a 1x1 with an airlock, but on the other side it's got a airlock triangle with the top missing, but another door thing, and it's like, it's a disposable base, so like people can raid it or whatever. But that would allow me to ship stuff to myself without having to run the risk of running through the freaking, you know, the gauntlet of running from all the way like over here. Like, let me put a marker here. You know, running all the way from like up here, all the way to like down here. Or whatever, like. Because on the current server that I'm playing, like, I've got like the full length of the map that I have to run, and like starting from the outside of the map, you can only make it to about roughly the middle before it starts to be daytime again. So like if I tried to run at nighttime to increase my chances of not being detected, then I would have to kind of stop off at the middle and then wait another whole day for nighttime, which, I mean, that's like a 40-minute transfer. I mean, it's going to take me almost an hour to do that. And if you're moving large quantities of stuff, you know, anything could happen. And then, since it's such a long transfer time, freaking, there's a pretty good chance that, like, you're gonna lose it as a solo. And then if you try to do, like, multiple trips with smaller amounts of the same stuff, that's multiple hours of waiting for it to be nighttime, running to the middle of the map, waiting for it to be nighttime again, and then running from the middle of the map to wherever you're going, like. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the easy solution is, yeah, try to get a car or something, but I mean, granted, you can drive a car at night with night vision, but I mean, that's no guarantee, and cars are loud, and like, there's always a chance that like something's gonna happen. Like, you just, like, what happened to me the one night is I was driving from my base on one side of the map to the part of the snow on the other side of the map, and freaking there just happened to be some dude out in roadside armor in the middle of the night. I didn't have night vision on, so like freaking I had to drive with the lights on, so like it's really super noticeable, any light source at night, especially a car, and there's a chance it could just be some naked that found enough parts and killed a pig or whatever, and like had just enough fuel to go on a joyride on a disposable car. But there's also a better chance that it's somebody trying to move stuff. So all of that crap factored in is like, there's just got to be a better way to move items. And the nice part about it, which I haven't really considered it, because anytime that you have a shop open for X amount of time, people notice it and people target it. So like, they'll target it just for the sake of targeting it. There might be stuff in there. Plus it's shiny and it lights up and stuff too, so like that. Oh crap, I forgot to add the owner ID to the server, which, hold on, let me copy and paste that. I don't know why it added it twice. That's weird, but Alright, so now I should be able to fly and stuff. Okay. Wee-hoo! Pow! Hey Bear, how's it going? Remember that time you bit me? Oh, why isn't it working? Crap. Bind. Bind K. It should be end kill. Why isn't it working? Do I have to reconnect? I think I have to freaking reconnect. It's not gonna let me use the, it's not gonna let me use the other stuff either. Or do I have to put that command in? Yeah, I think I gotta put that command in. Because the only thing that, well, it's a good thing that I tested that on the Bear. I mean, I would ended up found out anyway, but it's like server encryption or something. Crap. Like I tried to add that to the batch file. Now I have to look up my own video. I think it was build test 1. I mean, in a weird way, like, it's kind of nice that, you know, I have to use my own stuff as a resource, like, which means that it's potentially valuable information there. I can't remember what it is, and I had a file for it, and, like, I don't know what I did with the file. I think it should be build testing 0. Yeah, it's server encryption 1. And I don't think I saved it. I think I just found the solution and then used it, and then it works. I don't need to save it. I'm not going to make another server again. But no. Derby, herby, derp. Derby, derby, herby, derby, derp. So now I should be able to kill the bear, or any entity that I want to kill. Like, I might have to reconnect though. I'm gonna have to delete the stream and do everything again. Like, crap. Yeah. I don't think that I have to. I think I just have to reconnect. Well, let's try that first. Derby, derby, derby. Derby, derby, herby, derby, derby. It won't let me disconnect. Derby, 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 herby, derby. Roll that beautiful map footage. I mean, I don't think I have to restart the server, but from what I remember from reading through stuff when it didn't work before, you have to have the owner ID added before, and you have to have the server encryption set to 1 before you connect and you want to use commands again. I don't know what server encryption does. Doesn't make sense why you would have to set that flag to use the admin stuff. Some of the stuff I was reading mentioned admin abuse and they were trying to stop admin abuse, but I mean, I can kind of understand that, but I mean, it's the admin server. It might not be the morally correct thing to do, but like, it might not be the right thing to do, but it's still their server, like. So let's find a node or something. I should be able to kill entities now with the K key. Yes! Okay. Bear, 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 bear. Bear, 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 bear. Bear, 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 bear. There was a bear that was right there. Now there's no trace of the bear or their hair. Got hungry. I didn't really want to restart the stream and delete it and restart it and start it with restarting it and like. I mean, I don't really want to pick the pumpkins. Bear, 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 bear. The pumpkins. That's what you get for drinking all my Mountain Dew, Terry. And I could be wrong, but console scale. I know there was a command that I tried to use that allowed me to change the console HUD scale. Okay, so, well, let me check something with the blocker up. That's real weird. Convars, and this hasn't worked before, but it's working now. I can kick and ban myself. Minicopter population. Alright, so now it should be good. I was worried for a second that one of those windows that I was taking through had like information I didn't want to have on the stream, like the bear, the bear, the bear. The bear, 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 bear. There's a cookie costume. Cook a gingerbread man. There we go. Bear, the bear, the bear. Don't go over there. There's a bear. So, right. So get some crap to make. There's 100 pumpkins for you. Get some junk to make a base. Bear, bear, bear. Bear, 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 the bear, the bear. Did you know there was a bear over there? Shut up! A shop? What's it called? A vending machine, I think. Okay, so I guess I can move my dot over here. So, yeah. So start with the airlock on the highest part of the thing. I want to see like how conspicuous it is. Like how easily accessible it's gonna be. And then like thinking about it, do I want to build the whole thing that's too high to jump on? Because two people, there's a chance, it's unlikely, there's a chance though that people could be right where you don't want them to be right at the wrong time. And there could be two of them. And freaking then it's all freaking all over like depending on the terrain or where you decide to build or whatever, like a freaking the freaking so this is what it's gonna look like. What I was saying is there could be somebody here and they do like the crouch jump thing to get up there, or there could just be a person running by with a ladder. So like building it close to the ground is one thing. I mean, it does look odd but it also kind of nicely resembles a thing that like, who and why would they build this? Like, is this the right way? Yeah. Contents, administrate, rotate, disable broadcasting. So I should probably do that first. I don't think you can buy from shops that have their broadcasting disabled. So, add sell order. Is there a way to add a... Did the game just crash? I'm adding sell order. Oh, you gotta search for it. So, I guess that you can't specify and I wanted to see that is how much explosives do you want to try to sell it for though, like can I just go up to 120 here? Sell a skull for 120. Yeah, I guess you can't specify a specific skull. Which that's what I was really hoping for. Skull trophy, skull spikes, wolf skull. See, I was hoping that like I could use specifically only my skull to be put in there, like. So now if I look at the map, it's not broadcasting. So I guess if this is the spot that I want to ship it to, maybe like, you know, sleeping bag. Because the only purpose of this base, so let's make this C. The only purpose of this base is only to receive crap. Like, this is where I want to ship stuff to. And I'm not sure if that counts as a valid thing to ship stuff to. Like, what does this do? Access emojis? Well, if I just call this C and do ABC, like... So... if I want to sell a rock, I guess... since I'm going to be doing it as a naked, and I'm just going to spawn on a bag over by the thing, I guess I should just use a rock. And since whatever I want to do, like, I want to ship explosives, and I have 120 of them, I want to, so, like, sell a rock for 120 explosives, like, so if anybody sees that, then they're gonna be like, what is this crap? Okay, the marker is messing me up here. Why is it not, am I too close to it still to see what is in the shop? Like, a shop. Will it not let me buy and sell from my own shop? I mean... It's not telling me out of stock, it's not telling me anything, like. I mean, they may have explicitly made it so you can't do the thing that I'm trying to do. Which means that I might need to try to do another person. I mean, like, the crazy part about it is, like, I mean, they probably explicitly made it so one person can't do their own stuff. Like, I mean, it's not even listing the thing. Like, is there something I have disabled, or I'm screwing up somehow? Like, I mean, see, it lists what is on this stuff. I guess it's because it's out of stock. I mean, it usually says out of stock, though. If there's a thing, like, if I click delete, what does that do? Oh, that's the sleeping bag. Is the sleeping bag causing the problem why I can't see the stuff that's in there? Like... So what if I do a sell order then? And I haven't said it yet, so I try to say it every time I do a build stream, is this is not a how-to video. This is not the summation of hours of testing to find the solution and turn it into like a, you know, anywhere from a 1 minute to 5 minute or 10 minute how-to video. So, sell a rock, explosives. So it's gonna say out of stock now. It should say out of stock. Now they probably made it so, and so if I deauthorize myself, I can still open this and administrate it, even though it's not my shop. So that's good to know. So it's no longer my house. And it's still not listing anything that's on there. Because they probably made it so whoever puts the shop down can't ship stuff to themselves using the thing that I'm trying to do. Which, that's, again, even if I'm not successful in the thing that I'm testing, the important thing is that I know that I can't do the thing. Like, so I know I typed in 120 explosives, so it only goes up to 100. That's weird. Like, you put 100. Well, that's also good to know too, is that means that I'm gonna have to do 2 trips to try to do this, if it works at all. How do they expect you to get out of the vending machine, though? I guess it's tab to get out of the vending machine is the only thing I've found so far. Yeah, they probably specifically disabled this so that people can't do precisely what I want to do with it, like... crap. Can't remember what my keys are for the end time thing. So I did make a key for it. I thought I did. I thought I did. But no, apparently no. What is the freaking command for that? Oh, environment.time. Whoops. So where is the outhouse at? I think I have it with the yellow marker. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling that they disabled it. So one person can't do it, and you need more than one person to do it. And flying gingerbread man shadow is fine. Which it would make sense if they would do that specifically to stop one person from shipping stuff to themselves. But the downside of that is if it's possible to do it between different people, then that means that groups can just ship stuff using shops anyway. Like, you could set up a shop and have 2 or 3 people and just move stuff from base to base. But just the other part of that is most people don't think about that. Most people don't bother with that. Like, is it not gonna list it for me? So this is out of stock. I forgot to put freaking stone in there. There's a delivery fee of 20 scrap. I see. Whoops. See, that's another thing why I'm doing this in the test server is... crap. Where is my blue marker? Okay. Yeah. That way I get like the pattern down if it does work. I mean, that kind of gives me hope that I'm able to see it from... I mean, it's not listing it on the map, which is weird. Like if I mouse over it, it doesn't tell me that it's out of stock. It doesn't tell me anything about the shop, which kind of made me worried. So I'm gonna need at least 40 scrap, I guess. And I think the way I'm gonna have to do it is it's essentially 2 buy orders at the outhouse, so I'm probably gonna need 40 scrap before I do this. So my plan of just spawning in and running in and throwing a rock in the box. But it does say that it's accessible, it does say that it's visible. So that means that I'm gonna have to have like a base or something. I'll probably have to build like a 1x1. That's pretty close to there, so let me throw some stone in here, because I think the buy order was what? A stone for a torch? And it's funny, I was just about to complain about, sure does take a long time to no clip fly at maximum speed between where I'm going and the outhouse. And then thinking about what I said about probably take at least an hour or more to wait till nighttime and run across half the map at nighttime to make it to your midpoint base, and then dump all your crap off, and then, like, I guess find something to do, or just sit there until it's nighttime again. And then if you try to be safe and not transfer all of the stuff that you're trying to transfer all at once, I mean, even flying back and forth, I know there's a teleport command, but, like, I don't know what it is. And I don't know how to get the X and Y values, and I'd have to look that up. Which I should probably do that, because I know that there's a teleport command. But I don't know what it is. It might just be TP or something. I threw out my torch. Why is... Man, oh, here it is. I was gonna say their search thing is kind of oddly selective. So now it's gonna yell at me for the delivery fee. I see, now it's listing the stuff. Okay. 1 stone for 1 torch. I mean... Oh, I forgot to put the rock in there. Crap. So, it's gonna say I can't afford it because of the delivery thing, and I've never used this before because most of the time people's prices don't make any sense. Most of the time, like, it's usually just a clan or whatever that has a crap load of stuff that, like, or like you got the freaking troll stuff, like a clan that raided somebody else's clan, and like they put a shop up with all their stuff in it. Like, you're a duty. Like, so now I should be able to buy it. So click this and then click buy. So I clicked buy, and I'm not sure what's happening. Click 0. Oh, I gotta click 1. Okay. Why does it say sparkle? Oh, and you get to see the drone as it goes? Derby, 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 derby. So apparently there's not any range issue or anything else, like, Oh, you can search for shops? What is this search thing for? Torch. Stone. Oh, that's... Okay, so if I typed in explosives, it would just find my stuff for me, but... I guess that makes it faster than clicking it on the map, but... And I forgot to put rocks in there. Oh, the drone isn't even over there yet. But I mean, still, for me to just be able to stand here... I mean, do I have to stand there and wait the whole time? Like, if I start derping around until the drone is back, can somebody just run over and grab the stuff and, like... Which, that's important to know, too. And I just had another idea, like... Can you buy stuff from the outpost? With the drone thing from the outpost? Apparently you can. You know something, Rhodes, or green outhouse scientist? Oh, it doesn't work. I was gonna delete him. I guess you can't delete outhouse scientists. Derby, 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 derby. So, while that's doing that, let me look up Rust XYZ teleport command. Teleport any. Teleport position. How do you get the teleport? Why do you get your XYZ? So it's teleport position. Yeah, the teleport any seems strange. The teleport to me command makes sense. How do you get your XYZ though? Yeah, so that guide. Yeah, so here are the commands. But it doesn't tell you how to get your XYZ. Oh, there's a teleport to marker? Okay, see, I didn't know that. So, how does that work? Oh, so I guess my junk is here, so... Yay! So that works. I'm able to buy and sell my own crap from myself. I mean, it might also be because I'm at the, could also be because I'm at the admin shop. Like, it might work because I'm the admin, is what I'm saying, like... Derby, 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 derby. And I've ignored this thing for like ever, but no, my house build works. The 1x1 with the shop in it with the triangle missing, that totally works. And I'm totally happy about it, which means I could just place a 1x1 someplace, like, and not have to like worry too much. Which, the other thing that I'm wondering is, since I have a turret, I could set up the shop that delivers the stuff to my house. But I mean, I need Like, me personally, I need things to be inconspicuous. Like, I need things to be like, so I can feel comfortable that freaking whoever runs by and sees something, it's not like immediately obvious whatever it is. Like, so I like the teleport to marker command. I like that idea. I haven't tried it yet. So let's try that in the console. Teleport to marker. Is it whatever marker you're looking at? It is. It's awesome. So if I teleport to the green one, I'm coughing here, hold on. So anybody running past this, they might look at it like, what is this thing? They might. There's a slim chance that they'll notice that there's not a triangle on the top. But since I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, then like, it's also equally possible that they don't notice at all. No, I gotta change that key binding. I gotta add a key bind for that. I think if I do the J key, yeah, that would be cool because then it would be the jump key. Just jump to whatever marker, which is gonna be super useful for the building streams. Derby, 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 herby, derby, derby. And that's weird. I don't know why I just did that. Oh, that's why. It's because I opened it in that window. The other thing that I've noticed that's been happening is Rust seems to want to change my settings around. In addition to, they keep setting, and I know this is a bug, but the default keys or whatever, I'm pretty sure are Q and E for previous and next skin. It keeps adding those every time, and it doesn't add it properly. It adds a new one to the beginning of the command every time. So whatever the command is there that you have there, it just adds a new one every time. So if you open and start like the game 20 times, there's going to be 20 previous skins plus previous skin and 20 next skin. So the workaround that I found to solve both solutions, I made a batch file to, and I made a backup of my CFG folder and the Rust folder, is it just copies whatever my stuff from my CFG backup is over top of the Rust thing, and it only copies whatever things have been changed since the last time, and then it starts the Steam link from the command file and then closes itself, so I don't have to worry about the settings changing like ever again, hopefully. And then it also fixes that bug where every time it adds the E or the Q, the plus and previous skin to it, But yeah, what was I doing? Binding the J key to teleport to marker. Derby, herby, derby, herby, derby. So now I should just be able to look at the yellow one and just teleport to the outhouse. Which I kind of need to set the kind of want to set the marker right here. Derby, 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 derby. That is freaking cool. Now I don't have to worry about the XYZ stuff. I thought I was going to have to make like 3 different commands, but no, this is pretty awesome. I think I crashed the server. I got kicked for a fly hack violation. No. I mean, I hope that's not going to register for the... no, I hope I didn't get myself freaking banned from the game because of freaking turning off EAC for Rust server. I'm gonna edit the server CFG. Server secure. Server ESE, like. It's so frustrating. I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, I may have gotten myself banned from freaking Rust, like... I don't know if it did or not. I mean, I hope that it didn't, but like... I wonder how much trouble you get in for getting kicked for a fly hack, like... I mean, it must have happened to other people before, but like... Let's try and set server secure 0. Server encryption 1. I mean, I need that for server ESE 0. Not found. And I hate how there's just so much inaccurate information about Rust on the internet, like... Yeah, I'm digging through the... I mean, the server.eac is very old. I mean, I'm a freaking admin. I'm the owner of the server. And the whole point of me using that jump to teleport command, and I get kicked for fly hacking? It makes me so freaking mad. Like, and I'm trying to read through the forums, and it's just people arguing about what they feel the fly hack thing should be, and like, I mean... Owner getting kicked for fly hacking. And then most of the stuff is from X amount of years ago. And then anybody that has guides or anything that are outdated, nobody updated them, like... And then trying to dig through the stuff from, other stuff is in Japanese. So then none of this, practically none of the stuff, a good majority of the stuff doesn't have a date on it. Oh, now I'm into flying on a Minecraft server. Speed hack penalty? Is there a fly hack turn off thing? Anti-fly hack reject? Now is that... violation penalty. It says default is 4. I think I may have found something here. Fly hack, reject, anti-hack, boolean, fly hack, reject. If I set it to, oh good, there's some type of bar or some type of crap floating above the thing that I'm trying to read. So if it's set to false, I mean that seems counterintuitive, whether or not to reject movement when fly hack is detected. We'll set it to true. So now I should be able to, I mean I'm probably going to have to set that every time I start it unless I add that to the batch file. But let's test that. So where do I want to, I mean the other place doesn't have to be far away, and I mean as for the purpose of testing I should probably make it shorter because I didn't realize that the drone itself comes out of the thing and has to go all the way there and then all the way back. And since I'm doing it for the purpose of testing, yeah. I mean, I want it relatively close to the outhouse, and then I'm gonna need another house that's as close to the outhouse as I can get. So now I should just be able to fly hack around as much as I want to. Oh, and look at that, like, when you're standing directly on the coordinates, why is it not jumping to the red one? Okay, that's kind of irritating. What is going on here? A little bit of a terrain generation glitch going on. Did I get kicked from the server? Oh. Okay. And again, that's the point of a testing stream, is like, I'm going to encounter stuff that, now why does it keep setting me to the blue one? That's super freaking irritating. Is it because those are all too close together, or is it because I'm too close to the blue one? Let's go somewhere away from the blue one and try that. Like, keep setting me to the blue one. So, as nice as the... I guess I have to be much farther away then? I mean... that seems kind of buggy. It worked before. I mean, I'm looking at the purple one. Oh, that's so frustrating. Well, I guess the easiest thing to do is to just do it manually, because it seemed like it was gonna work and I was super excited about it, but it seems to be glitched or whatever. It only just selects whatever thing that you're selecting. Like, it'll teleport you once, but then it won't teleport you again. And the thing that I wonder, and this isn't a criticism or like ragging on the game or the developers or anything, But just like general curiosity here, like the thing that I'm wondering is, have they not tested that? Like, do they not see that it has that behavior? I mean, or do they just write stuff and assume it's gonna work and then move on from there? I mean, like, because I do a little bit of programming, and like, if you click a button and it has inconsistent behavior, then I mean, that means it's not working. That means it's busted. Like, and like, you can see that it doesn't work. So like, how do you? I can't bring myself to ignore a bug in programming until I figure out why it's doing what it's doing and then fix it. Like, I mean, like, there's probably a good explanation for it. It could just be an oops or whatever, but because that happens, that's totally a legitimate thing. It's just an oops, but like, do they not test it? It's like, and see, this is inconsistent now too. Is why is the console doing this when freaking it was completely at a different scale before? And again, like, I'm not trying to be mean to the developers or anything, because I know coding can be confusing sometimes. But just the simple, like, well, if you push the button and the button doesn't do what the button's supposed to do, then that means it's broken. Well, it works sometimes. No, if it doesn't work all the time, it doesn't work at all. Like, and my question is, like, it's just basic observation. Is like, if you see that behavior happening with whatever thing that you're doing, me personally, I can't bring myself to be like, it's fine, it's good enough. Because if you do that in coding practice, if everything is only just good enough and not absolutely correct, then that just leads to more and more problems. I mean, it's like not building a good foundation to build stuff on. And like, I didn't change anything in any of my settings or anything else, and yet now this is rendering properly. I mean, before it was all like blown up and maxed out, like, but there's no indication that anything's changed in the console. There's no indication that I've changed anything. I mean, that's very confusing behavior. Like, there should be no inconsistency at all. So, am I right on the edge? Check that out. I'm right on the edge of where I could build stuff. And again, like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to be mean or judgmental or anything. Like, I mean, it's like saying somebody's being mean about saying a square has 4 sides to it. Like, so that's the other thing I wanted to test, is if, just to keep people out. I mean, going too high means that I'd have to put stairs on it, which means it's going to be conspicuous. But if I put it just a little bit higher than the thing, yeah, like, I ain't trying to rag on anybody. Like, It's just general confusion on my part, like, I can't figure out what the thought process is for that, like. And I would like to say that the difference, in my opinion, on the thing is, unlike most people, I do have some amount of first-hand experience with, you know, some rudimentary coding, like. And I get like, ah, crap. But inconsistent behavior is a big no-no. I mean, because everything functions on a permutative truth table. Everything in every program functions on that. There's only a certain amount of outcomes. There's only a certain amount of things that should ever be true or false in whatever select case or if statement block or however you go about handling that. And I mean, that's just kind of how it is, like. So I'm probably not going to remember this, but I have to try to remember this. The best way to try to probably build these things to remain relatively inconspicuous while also providing me with the level of difficulty to just jump over is, one, don't build by any rocks or anything, but if I build on a slight hill and I put the airlock on the top of the hill, then any person running by, like, they're gonna be less likely to notice that triangle missing from the bottom or from the top. It's nice that you don't have to power these. So instead of A and B and C, I'm just gonna do 1, 2, and 3. So, that's not what I wanted to do. 1, and then 2, I guess. I don't need a 3. I guess the most succinct way to put it is, like, there are people that just baselessly criticize stuff without knowing the first thing about anything. And I'm kind of less in that category, like, even just a little bit, like. I mean, this is a joke. I don't mean to alienate anybody, but it's funny to think that, like you see it in forums all the time that people just want, like, a magic bullet fix for stuff. Like, why isn't there a command that just says don't lag? Like, where's the don't lag command? I mean, what are they, stupid? Why don't they just do you just type in don't lag true, and it's like, yeah, programmer humor. Like, and again, it's not about hurting people's feelings. I mean, it's not about anything like that. It's not about me pretending to be, like, humble bragging or imagining myself to be superior or any crap like that. Like, I mean, it's just kind of funny because there's people that totally do that. There's people that totally are like, well, why don't you just, like, enter the no lag command? And the bad part is like they're not entirely wrong as far as like programming functions. It's all just a list of instructions. So it is possible to have a command named no lag, and it is possible to have within that command or function or void or whatever to change all the variables that would make it not lag. You know, like graphics presets and stuff. Like, I mean, or optimization presets. Like, I mean, but as far as the coding thing goes, like, you really want stuff to be optimized anyway. But I'll shut up about that. I mean, I just don't want to paint the wrong picture that I'm just baselessly criticizing stuff. I mean, I'm a little bit miffed about freaking... I wanted this stuff to work. I didn't even know there was a teleport to marker command. And I'm like, yes! That's awesome! I just put a marker here and hit the button and change my keybinds. Oh, I gotta add that. That's pretty great. And then, like, you know, it works once, it works twice. You've been kicked for fly hacking. Aren't I an owner on the server? I mean, wouldn't that give me access to admin commands without worrying about being kicked? Like, no. And then I start to worry, like, am I gonna get an EAC flag, or like, am I gonna be flagged as a fly hacker now? Like, and like, you don't know, and like, you try to look it up, and like, you just find a bunch of people that just kind of repeat other people that don't really know what they're talking about, and it's like, and then you got X amount of years of stuff. Oops. Yeah, X amount of years of like misinformation and like half true information and stuff that was never updated when the game was updated, and half of those things don't have a date on them, so you can't like try to sort by date to try to find the most current information. It's like, and then like most of the right stuff, most of the correct updated stuff is in video form. And I don't like to sit there and watch videos. I like to just have a page that I can go and like copy and paste whatever value does whatever thing, and then it's like, But no, this works pretty great. I was worried that having the shop or whatever in there, I mean, anybody just kind of derping around, roaming around, like, and this is part of the reason that you don't want to have the hill. You don't want to build by a hill. If somebody running past is, you know, be like, hey, there's a hole there. Wonder what's in this hole over here. What if can I jump over this? I mean, what if I build a triangle or something? Well, let me try to build a... Because you can build twigs on other people's houses. Hold on, let's see if... Oh, look at that. Like, let's get over here and see what's in this hole. Oh, they have a shop in here? Why do they have a shop in a 1x1? Like... And like... Because you don't know where everybody is or what everybody's doing, or for whatever reason they're doing whatever they're doing. That's why you don't really want to build by a rock. This particular thing is specifically because of that, or like any place where somebody can see that there's a hole in there, because this is already weird enough. Anybody that plays the game is familiar with building 1x1s or whatever, is they're gonna be like, what is this thing? Why would they do this? And then they're gonna want to investigate. And this just makes it easy for them to notice the thing that they're going to want to investigate on the already strange thing. So I have to remember not to build next to a hill where they can see crap on it. I mean, because there is a very slim chance that when I'm trying to set up this process of sending the drones from one place to another, which it's a really small window of time, but seeing that the drone distance it has to do a round trip, that kind of expands the window of time that I was thinking of. Like, if I screw up any process of trying to turn on shop 1 and then turn on shop 2 and then spawn at freaking the outpost, if I get delayed or anything goes wrong, I mean, somebody's gonna get like 120 explosives or 100 explosives for a freaking rock. And like, again, it's unlikely to happen, but it's totally possible that somebody's just like, you know, derping around at the outhouse. And they're like, whatever, I'll just open up the shop thing. I have a handful of scrap on me to see if there's anything that I could buy or whatever. And they just happen to look across your thing, and it's like, there's no way. There's an in-stock shop that has 120 explosives for a rock? No. And there goes your freaking explosives. Which, the downside of trying to break it up into smaller transfers is I didn't realize there was a 20 scrap fee to deliver stuff. I didn't realize that the drones are as slow as they are. I thought it was practically almost instantaneous. Which, if I tried to do this in the vanilla server in the game, I mean, I would be panic moding so bad. Like, I would be so frustrated because I can't just like teleport someplace. I can't just like fly someplace. I can't just like, can't do any of that stuff. So, and then trying to have like live freaking buy and sell orders and stuff and try to figure it out in the game. No. And 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. And having the sleeping bag there kind of complicates things, which, thinking about that, I can turn that off if I have to. I didn't think about that before. And of course, as I stop ranting about programming, I got to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So in 2 I have to put a crap load of rocks. And put 100 rocks in there. It's not really a realistic thing there, but and then like how would I like ship a jackhammer to myself out in the spot? Like, well, I guess if I just put a sell order for a rock, that would mean that somebody would have to sell me like a workbench level 2, like if I wanted to try to transport my workbench level 2. Okay, so how did I do this? Right, so I'm gonna sell rocks from here. 1 rock for explosives. Is that right? I'm getting this mixed up in my head here. So this means I'll sell 100 explosives. So no, it's got to be backwards. I'll sell a rock for 100 explosives. And it's weird that it lets me put 120 in what I'm selling, but it won't let me sell 120 things. Again, that's inconsistent, and I'm not sure why. Like, why wouldn't one thing be the same as the other thing? Like, there might be an in-game reason for that, and I can't figure it out right now. Like, so this means that when I go to the outhouse, which I guess if I remove all of the other markers besides the outhouse, so this means I'm selling rocks for explosives. And see, this one is the relatively volatile one, is I'm selling explosives, which I can't type in 120, it just limits it at 100. Which I guess that makes sense, is you can only sell stuff in stacks of what you have. But that doesn't make sense if you're buying from somebody, you're still... It doesn't make any sense. It should, like, if you can set 1-to-1 value, because you're still selling from the other perspective. One person is buying and one person is selling. And you could still look at it from the other way around too, is the person that's buying something is still selling whatever they have for, I mean, that's how trading works. Like, I wonder why that's different. So for 1 rock, I'm selling 100 explosives. And I wanted to get it all done in one shot and not have to do two transactions. But I mean, doing the 2 transactions this way and just setting up whatever I'm trying to ship for a rock. I mean, that makes it so and then I don't have the 100 explosives in here. I mean, this is risky, but because most people aren't looking at their map, aren't looking at shops, and most people aren't by the outhouse, and then most people besides nakeds don't have a rock or the 20 scrap, and I say most, it's still a lower risk of trying to do this than then there's a problem that these sleeping bags are close together. Like if I wanted to emulate how long it's going to take using the sleeping bag thing. So that's kind of a problem. I should have put these far apart. As far apart as... I mean, I don't want to rebuild the whole house to go through the whole process again, so... I think I'm going to leave number 2. And I'm just going to move the sleeping bag for number 1. Far enough away to where it doesn't, where it turns blue. And then since I'm going to have scrap, that means that I'm going to have to build a 1x1 as close to the outpost as I can. So I should be within range. Somewhere. Derby, derby, herby, derby. Derby, derby, herby, derby. Just build a regular 1x1. I miss upgrading. I mean, I have to wait for the cooldowns to be up. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time to do this. So, if I run over here, I mean, I'm going to have all the rocks and stuff. In number 2. And then there's still the slightest chance that this might not work at all. For whatever reason. Which, I wanted to test that, is because if somebody does happen to see the shop, and they're like, I have a rock, or they pick up like a piece of stone off the ground and craft a rock, and then just happen to have a ladder and just happen to get into the shop, then they get 100 explosives for a rock. And I mean, since I'm only going to be spawning, I mean, like, I'm not sure if this is going to work with a trapdoor on it or not. A ladder hatch. Alright, floor frame. Like, am I gonna have drone access to this open ladder hatch? And I'm pretty sure you can put door controllers on it, so I mean, if I hook a smart switch up to it, which I can't even test that in my server here because for some reason, unbeknownst to me, which is probably a good reason, my dedicated server doesn't hook up to the Rust companion server. There's my stone. So we look through here, we see shop 1. So right here at this point, I've bagged into 1 and turned on 1. I bagged into 2, turned on 2. So they're both ready to go. They both have rocks in the buy and sell order up there. But see, that's going to be a problem. I just noticed that is... This is a freaking... Ow. Is since I can't... Like, I can... Like, I need to make this stuff match. I mean, if I'm gonna do 100 at a clip, so I bagged in over here, I turned this one on, which I should probably turn this one on first because, so I bagged in over here, I turned on number 2 first, and then I bagged in over here and turned on number 1, so both of those shops are ready to go. And I have an open ladder hatch. I have an open ladder hatch. So let me close the ladder hatch and see if that works. Because if I can hook a smart switch up to this and open and close the ladder hatch on both things, I mean, I don't want to put a solar panel on the house because anytime you have a solar panel it draws attention, but and does it tell you if it's drone ready or not? Or if it's drone accessible? It doesn't tell you on the map. So if I go over... Why do I keep going to that thing? It kind of looks like this thing. So if I go over here... Not reachable by drone. Reachable by drone. If I go back over here... and then open up the ladder hatch. Is he gonna tell me that it's reachable by a drone now? Still keep going right to that thing. Not reachable by drone. Crap. Okay. I mean, I was real excited about... I could just hook a smart switch up to it, and then nobody can buy it with the drone until I'm ready to buy it with the drone. But no. And it's open. So, big sad. And I don't think the floor frame is gonna hurt anything. But I'm not sure if it will, so let me get over here and test it. Like, not reachable by drone. So the floor frame is enough to block it? Like if I had built this and put a floor frame in there on the server, like I'm probably gonna break the wrong thing here. Hey! Yes! So, I've got both of them turned on. I turned on number 2 first. Because, whatever, if people want to buy rocks and send me explosives, that's totally cool. And then, why does it tell me I can't afford it? Is it because I don't have any rocks on me? And since we're just using the rock as a placeholder, because I'm always going to spawn with a rock. And I can't think of another thing that is less likely for a person to have, but it's easy for me to get. Like, what is something that people never use? Is like a bone arrow? Because I'm gonna have to have the 40 scrap before I come up here. Like, I'm gonna have to have it, the 40 scrap in the outpost house. And everybody has a rock. So I don't have to worry about just spawning in with a bag, which was my original plan. And something that's not really easily craftable, like by hand or like... I mean, this is all gonna have to happen real fast. So if I want to buy this, that means that somebody's gonna see the shop and see if they have a rock on them. And since a rock, you can find a piece of stone on the ground and craft it. not really the best choice to use a rock. Because just in the event that there happens to be somebody around where you're trying to ship your stuff to, and just in the event that they manage to find a way to get into your house, to get access to the freaking drone thing, yeah, it should be something other than a rock. Like, not a lot of people have the music deals, the music DLC. Well, I don't know, it's not really DLC, I mean, it's kind of like an expansion pack, but I mean, I'm thinking about using the Canberine. That kind of makes it so only I can get it. 1,000 or 100 explosives for a Canberine. It's only 25 metal. That kind of reduces the chance that nobody's going to be able to do it. So I want to buy a rock for 100 explosives, so... So I've successfully transferred 100 explosives from 1 to the outpost to 2 for the cost of 40 scrap. So then, you know, imagine, like, just imagine that I kill blinded, and then I spawned at the bag over here, grab this out of here real fast. So now this is inside, and I don't think you can put explosives in there. Well, see, that works out really well. And then what I do is I just turn this off, and then I kill bind again, and I go back over to the first one and just turn that off too. So now the shops don't even appear anymore. So not that I would keep any more than the one thing that I'm transferring at a time, because it's only just a temporary thing. But for a solo player, no, this is totally worth it. And then if I wanted to sell a rock, I mean, as far as shipping stuff out to where I want it to be, I'm totally fine with just using a rock. Because if people want to give me stuff and give me, like, trade their stuff for my rock, then sure, totally. But see, I think I kind of want to make this a Canberine, because not everybody has access to the music thing, so that kind of ups my chances. That it would have to be a person running around where this base is while this whole process is happening. Notice the shop, have the metal to craft a Canberine, have a ladder, or find some way to jump in to the shop and trade it for the 100 explosives. I have hiccups. I just did a rock again. 100 explosives for a camberine. Sell a rock for a workbench level 2. So like, if I wanted to transfer my workbench level 2 out to where my house was, and the reason that I'm keeping these as separate is it does increase the risk a little bit, but I mean, then it's only just specifically just for this thing. The risk comes from somebody sees the drone go in and out, or there happens to be somebody in the area. And then you know, then they freaking, you know, run and kill you as you're running from one base to the other base. I mean that's even a kind of a higher risk too. Is end up getting your base raided, that somebody happens to be derping around and see your stuff there, like if they happen to see that you have a shop attached to your base, and the other nice part about it too is I can do the transfer during nighttime to reduce the chances that anybody sees, you know, sees my crap. Did I turn off both shops? I think I did. Right, and if I wanted to transfer from 2 to 1, I'd have to reverse where the rock is. So workbench level 2, and then a rock, and then I'd have to put the workbench level 2 in here. And the other thing is, like, I'm not sure how long I was muted for. No, it's still accessible by the drone with that extra wall on it. The other thing that I'm not sure of is when you send a drone off to do stuff, can only you buy the stuff? Like, can only you open the thing? Like, why does it say out of stock? I must not have any rocks in number 1 then. I mean, I don't think that you can... I mean, this works, but it's super conspicuous. Like, why would somebody have that? I mean, it's less accessible, but more noticeable. Which I just had another idea, which I gotta test that. So what if I put a shotgun trap in there? Let me test this first, though. And the nice part is you're not limited by how many shots that you can have. So what happens when it delivers it and I'm looking at it? Does it automatically close it and reopen it? It does not. Is there some other really difficult item to get that are people are really, well, not difficult, but just really unlikely for them to have? I mean, I was thinking a bone arrow, maybe a bone knife. I mean, I don't really know what spray cans do. Oh, you use it to do skins? Okay. I mean, but pretty much everything is easily craftable. But out of all the stuff that I have, that I can make personally, the most likely thing to use is a freaking camberine. I mean, I really don't want to end up like screwing this up somehow, like. Because I'm trying to think of all of the stuff that I might potentially need, like, and I gotta check to see, like, I gotta check to see if you start a drone transfer, can other people access your stuff? I mean, it has my name on it, but I'm so happy this seems to be working. But like when this thing gets dropped off, can anybody just run over and grab it? Because of the nature of the people that are at the outhouse, they totally will. They'll like try to push you away from the thing, or be sitting there and watching the drone go through and like, oh, excuse me, pardon me, I'm just gonna try to jump and push you out of the way as much as possible to like push you off of the freaking recycler, or push you off of the vending machine, or push you off of the freaking refinery. So then it, you know, drops you using it, and then somebody, oh, look at that, when it's a fresh spawn, there's 100 wood in the refinery. Cool. Can I kill this refinery? Oh, look at that. I hope I didn't break something. I probably freaking broke the server. Like, I don't think I can place another refinery there either. I mean, I don't really care, but like, I hope it doesn't glitch my server out. Like, yeah, I can't build this here. Can I delete other stuff in the outpost? Oops. Well, I deleted the refinery. Can I delete the shop? Oh, no. I might have broke my map here. Unhandled exception. I mean, so this works. And I wanted to test the shotgun trap to see if it makes it so it doesn't want to work or not. Like, because if I can put a shotgun trap in here, it's like, go ahead and peek your face in there to try to grab that stuff. I mean, people are surprisingly good at making it so, I mean, it's probably going to conflict. I mean, I'm probably going to have to remove this. You pick this up. But yeah, people have surprised me with just how good they are at running shotgun traps out. Disable broadcasting, open, rotate, administrate. Is there a way to pick it up? Or is it once it's in the door, it's in the door? Yeah, I think once it's in the door, it's in the door. What is this? Advent calendar? Oh. So, how would I put a shotgun trap in here? mean, that should be, if I, like, do I want to put it as close to the wall as I possibly can, or just facing straight up, like, and will it conflict with this? And then, so it's already broadcasting when you put it in there. So now with the shotgun trap in here, is it going to tell me it's not accessible by the drone thing? Let's try the jump command. Not reachable by drone. Ow. What about if I put it closer to the wall, maybe? No, it's gonna still tell me, because I guess whatever space it's occupying, like, and then, like, even if this was usable, I mean, even if it doesn't block the drone, like, I don't think you can put anything but these bullets in there. Yeah, only the handmade bullets. I need to deauthorize myself. I mean, so like you'd still have to be like, yeah. You'd still have to be like, it's gonna tell me it's not accessible. Crap. I wonder how they do that detection. Is it like any entity within any entity at all, like, or is there like a workaround that I can find to make it so they can't get to the shop, but I can still get a drone through? And I'm pretty sure they worked pretty hard on that to make sure that people can't just put a shop in their house and hope that people use a drone from it. Then there's that, is with as much time as I've been logged out, like, is it like, and then like, do I just want to add it as a permanent attachment to my house? But with as long as I've been logged out, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that my stuff is going anyway. I mean, I did log in and check everything before I started this, but that was like 2.5 hours ago. Carvable pumpkin, huh? What does this do? Oh, building blocked. Right. I clicked save. That's weird. Wonder why. Unlock edits. I click update, and it does nothing. But yeah, I'm happy with this. It proved to myself that I can use shops to ship stuff to myself, and I've got to actually implement it in the server. But yeah. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. I'm clicking the button.